that we made, particularly around our ranges and looking to widen the appeal around price point, looking more at some global exclusives, we've seen the fastest growing sector of our customers being the under 20s. So in our sort of core customer, the customers that have shopped with us for a number of years, we're seeing a fairly steady basket, but the younger customers are coming in and tending to spend a little bit less, perhaps visiting more frequently, but are very driven around specific brands, very socially driven as well, so certain brands that resonate with that audience, and they're coming in and picking up one or two items. But it's exciting to see this broadening. In Bromley opening, as I said on Saturday, the first customers in our queue to wait for the store to open there at 7:30 in the morning was a dad and his daughter of 11 years old. So it's fantastic to see. You can't get more broad demographic than that.
You really can't. I mean, we've had 18 months' worth of interest rate rises, now 14 consecutive hikes from the Bank of England. Are you surprised at the resilience of consumer spending in this sector?
A little surprised. I think it's well documented how resilient beauty is, and there are definitely winners and losers, I think, in the sector. I think, you know, we touched on there that generally online has contracted across all of retail, and that's true as well of beauty. I think the sort of pure play beauty retailers are seeing a little bit of that. I think the nature of having this omni approach, stores and online, is hugely beneficial. And is one of the key differences in why Space NK are really winning in that space. And we're seeing that in our market share data. So we've almost doubled our market share since last year as well.
So who do you think you're taking market share from?
I think it's a mix. I think, you know, obviously there is the demise of Debenhams, who were a big player in the beauty market, and there are a couple of others in there. But I think as well the online players are seeing the shift to the high street and are thinking about how they recover that.
What's happening with pricing right now? I mean, we keep being told that inflation is on the retreat now. Are you still seeing it?
In terms of our costs, very definitely. So, you know, the costs of things like energy remain incredibly high, more than double what they were last year. It is plateauing, but of course the nature of inflation, it is plateauing at that higher rate. Similarly with things like staffing and all of these other costs. On the pricing side, we make every effort to keep it as low as possible. And one of the ways that we can do that is by continuing to look for new brands that offer real efficacious products at those lower price points. So that's been something we've been really, really focused on over the last 12 months to help people spread their money a bit further.
OK, Andy, got to leave it there. Good to see you again. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
Still to come here on Business Live. I'm going to be joined by Damian Lewis. He's among the celebrities supporting this year's BGC Charity Day. Stay tuned.
I'm Inzamam Rashid and I'm Sky's North of England correspondent, telling stories from this culturally rich region I call home.
It's going to become very similar to other places and lose its unique qualities.
It's steeped in history.
If the Taliban found your family, what would happen?
I think they're just going to straight away execute them.
There are issues of racism in all levels of cricket.
I was on the balcony a couple of times. I was nearly gone.
Football is a joy to watch, and when people are disappointed, you can feel the hate.
I just felt physically sick because I was like, that's really in my system.
We take you to the heart of the stories that shape our world. Even before the pandemic, GPs were pleading for help. Government expects more face-to-face contact with patients in return.
Men, they want to force you doing something which you don't want to do, just because you're homeless and you're looking for a warm place to sleep.
We give a voice to communities often unheard and unserved from a region with a distinct history and global impact.
Fly Emirates. Fly better. Fly Emirates. Fly better. Thank you.
Welcome back. The interdealer broker BGC is today holding its annual Charity Day event, during which it donates 100% of its revenues to charity. The event commemorates the 658 employees of Cantor Fitzgerald, BGC's former owner, who were killed in the terrorist attack on the World Trade Center 22 years ago today. Well, the event's being supported by a number of charity ambassadors, including Claire Balding, Sadie Frost and the Hammers legend Sir Trevor Brooking. And also there is Damian Lewis, who joins me now from BGC's trading floor. Damian, great to see you this morning. You've obviously got some young friends with you there. What's brought them along?
They start them young at BGC. You've got some young traders here. Commission is good. This lot, they're top of the range. They're getting high commissions for their work today. I've got some boys and girls here from HVH Arts, which is a little arts charity that I support, based in North London, and from Cure EB as well. This young gentleman here is with Cure EB, which is a condition called epidermolysis bullosa, excuse me, quite a handful. And that is a degenerative skin condition. So I'm here supporting these two charities.
And what made you want to support these two charities in particular? We met at this event a couple of years ago, and you were working with those charities then.
Yeah, I come back every year to BGC. I make a couple of trades. I make a couple of trades as Damian Lewis, don't make very much money, and then I make some trades as Bobby Axelrod, and I make billions. And that's how it goes. And spend an hour and a half trading. We're here at the moment. We're on the bonds floor here. We've just been in European government bonds, and everyone's been helping me trade. Isaiah here is adding everything up on his calculator. He says so far we've made how much, Isaiah?
292,500,000.
Quite a good morning's work so far. We've been here half an hour.
That's fantastic. And Damian, tell me why these charities mean so much to you in particular.
Well, the Cure EB I've been with for a long time, actually, for over 10 years. Met a lovely woman called Shamila Collins, who was a mother at our local school that my daughter was at, and whose daughter Sahana suffers herself from epidermolysis bullosa. When you see the children with this degenerative skin condition, it's heartbreaking. They're incredibly brave, like this young lad here, and they have to have dressings changed every day, twice a day, for their skin, which tears and bleeds and flakes, because they have an inability to form collagen beneath the skin, which is the spongy stuff that the rest of us have, and they don't have it. So I have been a patron of that charity for the last 10 years. And then HVH Arts is a charity run by my great friend Debbie Clark, which Helen, my late wife, was patron of. And I've taken over since Helen passed away. And it's a brilliant, brilliant grassroots charity giving an experience of the arts to kids in and around Camden, Kentish Town. Debbie runs summer courses tirelessly, bringing in professionals, photographers, textile makers, architects, actors, teaching them all different things, and they get an experience of the arts, and a lot of them go on and do incredible things with it, like qualify for the Brit School, etc. So it's fantastic. They're two small charities, and that's why I enjoy supporting them.
Brilliant. Now, you referenced billions there. It's been great to see you back on that. But at the moment, you're touring with your band. How's that been going?
Kind of you to notice. We were in Nottingham on Friday, first day of the tour, and was it Saturday? Anyway, first day of the UK tour, and we're in Birmingham on Friday. Buy your tickets, ladies and gentlemen, at the Town Hall, and then we're at the Gate in Cardiff on Saturday night, and then on Sunday night we're at the Thekla in Bristol, which is a boat. Yeah, the UK, we're loving it. We're loving it. Touring my record, Mission Creep. We'll go out again if people will have us. If enough people show up this time, hopefully they'll show up again when we come out again.
Is it more nerve-wracking getting up on stage and singing than it is getting up on stage and acting?
It actually isn't, weirdly, even though I wrote the songs and I have to perform them as well. It's not necessarily more nerve-wracking. There's nothing more nerve-wracking than a press night at the National Theatre, you know, or in the West End. There's nothing has been more nerve-wracking in my life than opening a big show as an actor in the theatre. So, you know, if I'm rubbish, I've got 6 brilliant musicians all around me who can pick it up, you know.
Very good. Now, it's a good time to be a musician rather than an actor. Obviously, there's an actors and writers strike going on in the US at the moment. That's stopping a lot of people from working over here. Should the government be doing more to support them?
The out-of-work actors here, well, we probably need a longer conversation than this, but the SAG actors will probably also be equity union signed-up actors here in the UK. And whilst certainly as a SAG member I absolutely support the strike, there is also there's an obligation as equity members, if we have signed an equity contract, to continue working under our equity contract. It's a tricky one. It's a thorny issue. All of us, I know, all of us who hold memberships for both SAG and equity absolutely want to support the SAG strike and do. It's critical at this moment that streaming revenues are shared out equitably amongst artists and actors in a way that didn't happen in the music industry. I can now speak about that firsthand. When the DSPs and the big streamers took hold. And so it's absolutely fantastic that actors are represented by a union like
Damian,
SAG with that sort of strength.
That's great.
In order
Damian,
to be able to
thanks
speak
so
for
much. We're out of time. Good to see you both. Thanks to all your friends too. That's it.